My beloved, let's be honest for a moment. When people talk about rising gold prices or investments, it doesn't just sound like financial news to you. It feels personal, not because you are greedy, not because you are obsessed with money, but because every increase feels like a reminder that you haven't built what you thought you would by now. And the hardest part, you weren't irresponsible, you were busy paying bills before the due date, busy making sure there was food in the house, busy handling school fees, rent, medical expenses, sudden emergencies that no one plans for. While others were discussing returns and portfolios, you were calculating how to stretch this month's income into the next. There was no extra to invest. There was only enough to manage. And sometimes not even that. You don't talk about this much. When someone says, gold doubled in the last few years, you just nod. When someone says, you should always invest early, you smile faintly. Because explaining your timeline feels exhausting. They didn't see the phase when your priority wasn't multiplying wealth, it was holding everything together. You were not building assets. You were preventing breakdowns. There were months when survival itself felt like success. And now when you sit alone at night, you replay things quietly. If I had started earlier, if I had focused on myself, if I hadn't carried so much. And beneath those thoughts is something deeper. Fear, not fear of being poor, fear of not being enough. Enough for your family, enough for future responsibilities, enough to handle whatever life throws next. You're not anxious because gold is expensive. You're anxious because you want security. You want to know that when your parents grow older, you'll be ready. When children need education, you'll manage. When emergencies come, you won't feel helpless. You don't want luxury, you want stability, and carrying that responsibility quietly has made you tired. No one sees how carefully you spend. No one sees what you don't buy. No one sees the small sacrifices that happen daily. They only see results. They don't see effort. Listen to me carefully now. Nothing about your journey was wasted. You did not fall behind. You took care of what was in front of you. And that matters. There are people who built wealth but lost relationships. There are people who accumulated assets but abandoned responsibilities. You chose differently. You chose to show up. Yes, maybe your savings aren't impressive. Maybe your investments started late. Maybe you feel like everyone else ran ahead while you stayed back. But tell me something honestly. If you had ignored your responsibilities back then, would you have been at peace today? You would have had more money. But would you have slept well? Your heart chose duty over speed. And that decision shaped your character. Do not reduce your life to financial timelines. Wealth can be built slowly. Character is built under pressure. And you have been under pressure for years. I know you feel ashamed sometimes. Ashamed that you calculate small purchases. Ashamed that you can't give everything you wish you could. Ashamed when someone younger talks confidently about investments. But shame is not the truth. The truth is this: you were carrying more than most people knew. And you carried it without announcing it. That is strength. Now, here is what I want you to understand. Your story is not over. You are not too late. You are wiser now than you were years ago. You understand money better. You understand risk better. You understand the weight of responsibility better. That wisdom is not visible, but it is valuable. You don't need to panic invest. You don't need to chase every rising price. You don't need to compare your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 10. Start now, small, calmly, without self-hatred. Save a little, learn a little, build a little. Consistency will do more for you than regret ever could. And let me ease one more fear inside you. You are not alone in this. So many people look stable on the outside but are silently worried about the same things. They just hide it differently. Stop believing you are the only one who feels behind. You are simply in progress. Progress doesn't scream, it grows quietly. Gold may shine brightly, but discipline compounds silently. And you, whether you realize it or not, you have been building discipline for years. Every time you chose responsibility over impulse, you strengthened yourself. Every time you put someone else first, you built integrity. Now it is time to balance that. Care for others, but begin caring for your future too. Not from fear, from steadiness. You did not fail because you prioritized duty. You proved who you are. And that kind of foundation makes long-term wealth stronger. Take a breath tonight, not of defeat, but of relief. You did the best you could with what you had. At the time you had it. That is not weakness. That is courage in quiet form. You are not late. You are evolving. And from this point forward, build with patience instead of pressure. The future is not secured by panic. It is secured by steady hands and a calm mind. You have both. Trust yourself a little more. I am not measuring you by how much gold you own. I am watching how bravely you continue. And that is already wealth.